right, my man Randy, this one's for you.
Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, the Coach Coop Show. Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, Coach, Coop, the Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show. The Coach Coop Show.
Hey, yo! There it is. There it is. What's going on, Miami Hurricanes fans and my college football family? Happy Friday. Yo, we made it. We made it. We freaking made it. The weekend is here. That means it's time to party. For some of us, maybe it means it's time to relax, sleep in a little bit. And for some others, it means hanging out with Coop and the family here on YouTube, which is very much appreciated. I see some faces that I haven't seen in a little bit. We did go live last week, but there were some people that couldn't make it. And the first one I'm noticing here in the live chat, my wife, Stephanie. Heck yeah, I'm glad you're able to make it tonight. We missed you last week. Last week got kind of wild, but it was a good time. It was a really good time. Bean, what's good, man? We got Randy in the building. Nick Snyder representing Florida State. We got, who else we got? Who else we got? I'm scrolling. I'm looking. Who else we got in here? Crip. Crip, I hope you feel better, man. I know you had some scans and some tests, and you were at the hospital. I'm not going to, well, you disclosed what you had going on. Okay, I got you. I didn't want to put it out there if you didn't want people to know. Prayers up for Coop or for Crip, man. Hopefully you feel better soon, bro. You're tough. You're a tough one, so I think you'll be able to handle it, Crip. You'll kick its butt. What's going on, Brandon? We got the Creeps, SD, Rickstar954, my man Fresh. Fresh getting some twerking in the intro. Danny, my man, appreciate you. William, Cam Ward, we need you to be out for the season by week 3. Is this a Florida State fan?
We ballin', boy.
His logo is very tiny. The logo's very tiny on the profile picture. Probably like some other things, and I can't see it. I don't know. I can't tell. We got Cypher in the building. Chris Kane for life. What's up? I know. I'm just kidding with you too, bro. We're just joking around. It's Friday. We're feeling good. No reason for anybody to be mad. It's February. Spring ball hasn't even taken place yet, so we're just having a good time, bro. Who else we got? IMAX, Les. What's going on, man? We're kind of waiting for some people to file in and find their virtual seats. John Bird, my man, re-upping that Canes fan membership for 50. 55-0. That's insane. 50 months. Hey, buddy, how are you? Go Canes. I'll tell you how I am, John Bird. All things considered, you know what? I can't complain. The reality is I spent the day digging trenches because we are installing new field lines for our septic system, and we're doing it ourselves to save money. And I'm just going to say that so far it has been an absolute disaster. Super back-breaking work. I hope it ends up being worth it in the end. But your boy Coop is tired. But I know you work hard like that all the time, right, John? With working in the mines and stuff. Like, you're used to the heavy, physical labor. Coop ain't. Coop sits back and types on a computer all day. Typey type on Twitter and typey type on YouTube and talk in front of the camera. So I'm not used to that. I'll be real. I'm not used to it. That's why I got respect for people like John who busts his butt like that with physical labor all the time, So I appreciate you sharing a piece of the pie, John. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Duck is in the building. What's up, Duck? So we've got some interesting things to talk about. Yeah, new septic system. Not a new septic tank, but you live in the boonies? Yes, very much so. I can't get DoorDash. I can't get Uber Eats. Can't get any kind of pizza delivered here. If you're going to go to the grocery store, you plan it as a trip. Like you go and then that's what you do, like for the day. But we are installing it ourselves, and it's going to take a lot of time and work, manual labor, but it's going to save me probably around $6,000 or $7,000. No joke. So I'm hoping that it's going to be worth it. But we have some interesting topics to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about the NCAA cracking down on recruiting visits. We're going to talk about some details with that.
FLORIDASTATE, Florida State, Florida State. Just messing with you, Co-op.
The Florida State. Oh my gosh. Hold on, I need a drink. I'm starting to feel like a Florida State channel. I see so many FSU fans in the live chat. Joel is good people. Come on now. Joel is good people, though. My man. Joel Davis. Coming in hot with the big 99.99. I'm not going to repeat the message that you typed in. We let the robot lady handle that, Joel. But I will sit you atop your throne. How are you, Joel? Happy to see your face in here, my man. And I would actually like to get your opinion on a few of these topics tonight if you have time. Understand, I know you're a busy man. If you don't, if you got to jump in, say what's up and bounce, I get it. But would love to see your feedback and or opinion on some of these topics tonight. Sitting Joel atop the throne, man. Thank you for the massive amount of love. Appreciate you, my man. You just wanted to hear the robot read it. I'm glad that she doesn't put extra emphasis on that, you know, because she doesn't for the Go Canes. So I'd be real pissed if she did for the Florida State stuff. You know what I mean? I'd be real upset. I'd have to hire a new robot lady. Joel, again, showing me love. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. There are some nice Florida State fans out there. Not many. I think most of them are here. It's like 1%, but there's a few. That dude Rod, what's good, man? Good to see you. So we're going to talk about the NCAA cracking down on recruiting visits, and I want to get your reactions on that and opinions on how you feel about it. I'll give you the details. We're also going to talk about the pay that EA Sports is giving to the players, so we're going to discuss that. And then we're going to talk about how the coaching staff for Miami is pretty much finalized. We're going to make another list on stream. Yes, another list, and see if there's any tweaks or any changes that we would potentially want with that stuff. William, appreciate the two, my man. I will also let the robot lady read that out. Appreciate the two. Thank you, my friend. I'm not going to say it, though. I'm gonna let her handle business for me.
This is what it takes to wear the U on the side of your helmet.
Go Noles.
Sorry. William, I appreciate you, bro. I'm excited for the game as well. So we are going to talk about that because there's a very big argument, a large butting of heads on social media over the compensation from EA Sports to the players. And I have a very strong opinion on this. And I feel like I'm in the minority. So I want to see where others stand tonight. But we're going to kick it off by talking about this recruiting stuff with the NCAA first, because there have been some changes. And initially, I was kind of upset about this and thought it was silly until I read a little more into it. So have you guys seen the news about the NCAA cracking down on the recruiting visits? So what happens now is there are no more photo shoots allowed for recruits that are on unofficial visits. Now, I feel like a lot of people read this and thought it meant just no photo shoots ever. As far as I know, this just applies to unofficial visits. And what's interesting here is people are throwing out a lot of negativity around this, but it's really the coaches and the universities that were pushing for the NCAA to pass this or put this rule in place. And it's because this saves time and resources that could be used elsewhere when this applies to unofficial visits. So, right, you set up all this stuff, you have the photo shoot, and you do all these things, and you dedicate the time and the money and the resources, and it's an unofficial visit. But for those unofficial visits, there are no more photo shoots allowed. It is against the rules. The schools cannot do it. Now, I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. I don't know if it's possible that they can leave the setup in place and then the recruits that are on the unofficial visit take their own pictures. As in, everybody has one of these, right? Everybody's got a smartphone, records in freaking 4K. You can take nice, high-quality pictures. I don't know if in the future we're going to see those setups left in place, and then athletes just go and snap selfies of themselves. Because then it's really going to start limiting the amount of posts you see on social media from recruits visiting schools. Again, unofficial visits. Because I do feel like that was some extra exposure for these universities, because you see the cool pics, right? Like at Miami, they've got the background. Every school does it. They're holding like an orange and a green light and it's glowing in their face, or they spun the football and they're doing some kind of pose in front of it. And it was still exposure for each school, because you see these things on social media, hashtag go Canes, hashtag 305. You see all that stuff. Before the unofficial visits, no more photo shoots. But that's not all. Schools can also no longer decorate a recruit's hotel room. Now, this next part applies to official visits. So not just the unofficial ones, but the official ones as well. They cannot decorate a recruit's hotel room, because that's a kind of become a normal thing, right? Whenever a recruit visits, they put them up in a hotel and they decorate it. They put all kinds of stuff. Like, if you haven't seen it here, typically when a recruit shows up to a hotel, it's honestly going to look something like this. Hopefully you can kind of see in the video. They're going to have decorations of stuff everywhere, right? Like, I'm going to freeze frame it. It's all over the bed. There's stuff just all littered all around the room. And a lot of times they personalize these things. They got candy, they got drinks, they got advertisement stuff for the university. You cannot do that anymore. That is now against the rules. The funniest thing with all of this is, get this, cookie cakes and snacks must be handed out in the lobby. And what I find very funny is that they very specifically mentioned cookie cakes. So we can confirm that the NCAA does hate cookie cakes, because they mentioned cookie cakes specifically. They could have said cakes in general, which would also cover cookie cakes. They could have just mentioned candy, sweets, any type of edible food of anything. However, the NCAA took the opportunity to call out cookie cakes specifically. No cookie cakes. Snacks and drinks and all these things, including the cookie cakes, have to be handed out in the lobby. It cannot be placed in the room. And honestly, I know who we have to blame for all of this. All of the changes with the visits, no photo shoots, none of this stuff. I know who's to blame, and it's this person right here. Everything went downhill when it comes to recruiting and visits and photo shoots and video clips on social media when this man right here when they posted this video. Can we all agree? When Brian Kelly, my gosh, he ruined it for everyone. He ruined it for everybody, guys. Ever since this happened, it's never been the same. The NCAA took a step back and said, okay, we need to make some changes. I'm just kidding. That's not really the reason. The real reason is because the coaches and the universities wanted most of these things. If you think about decorating the rooms and stuff, they were having, visits pop up that were maybe unexpected at times, and people were being called in. They were having to pay these people. These people would have to go in and decorate the room and do all these different things. The unofficial visits with the photo shoot, you got a camera person, someone's having to turn everything on, come over there and have them pose in different ways and do all these things. It took a lot of time and a lot of money. So the coaches and universities were the ones actually pushing for this. So even if you don't agree with it, trust me, I am not defending the NCAA, ever. You'll probably never, ever see me do that. But the coaches and universities were the ones pushing for these changes. So just keep that in mind before you jump on social media and start bashing them, because it's what they wanted. They pushed for the NCAA to do this. Cookie cake is better than regular cake, right? Can we all agree on that? I'm not going to move forward until we figure this out. No decorations. How scandalous. Unbelievable. It's funny though, Cypher, because when you go to Twitter, I don't recommend using Twitter or X, whatever they call it. It's a cesspool. A lot of these topics and these things are very heavily debated on Twitter. All Twitter has been for the past 2 to 3 days is the NCAA is ruining college football, and they're taking all the fun out of it by taking away the cookie cakes and the photo shoots. I get it, but like when you actually read into it, it kind of makes sense. It actually kind of makes sense. Can we get a response here? Cookie cake or regular cake? It's cookie cake all day. I don't even think it's up for debate. A good cookie cake. Don't go get one of those trash Walmart cookie cakes. Like, I can make something better at home. I'm talking about Great American Cookie. I've not had Publix cookie cake yet, but I've heard it's pretty fire. A good high quality cookie cake is hard to beat, bro. And you get that in a side of ice cream, and then what you do is you break off a piece of the cookie cake with a fork, and then also dip that in the ice cream. That'll change your life, literally. Are Publix cookie cakes good? Their bakery's the bomb diggity, but I've never had the cookie cake. No decorations, no cakes. Meanwhile, recruits getting paid $100K plus to come play. That is kind of funny, though. I think it's more so just the work that has to go in, the man hours, and the pay, even though we know they have the money, but the pay. And a lot of times this happens on unofficial visits. So you got to shoot your shot, but sometimes in the end, it ends up being some wasted time. Like, you want to build the relationship, but it... that man had the balls to say they'd kill FSU too. Brian Kelly's an interesting feller, isn't he? Brian Kelly's a real interesting guy. So that's honestly all the changes with the NCAA and the recruiting visits. Again, nothing out of this world, nothing too crazy. But I felt like it was worth mentioning since it is a change. You will probably start seeing less photo shoot pictures on social media because of that. So just keep that in mind. What is a crip? Crip, no. No, you know what a cookie cake is. It's a giant, it's a giant ass cookie, chocolate chip with frosting on it. And if you get it from the right place and you get it fresh, it will change your life. I'm telling you. Great American Cookie is the spot. It is. It's like $30. It's expensive, but it's super good. It's super good. Cookie cake milkshake? Yeah, buddy. Go try the cookie cakes from Publix. If you don't like it, I'll refund your money. Deal. Deal. I'll try it. It's super good, Crip. We don't play about cookie cake around here. Heck no. When I would have my birthdays, I told my mom, get me a cookie cake, leave the regular cake at the store. Cookie cake is just way better. So let's also talk about this EA Sports College Football 25 game that's coming out. Now, even if you're not a gamer and you say, Coop, I don't care about the video games. What's all the hoopla about this? It doesn't matter. I don't want to talk about it. There is a very important aspect when it comes to this, and it's that times have changed. There's NIL. Players get paid now, and that changes how things work with this game. Now, there is a big debate online right now over the pay that EA Sports is handing out to the players. Let me just take you over and show you. So here's what's going to happen. Players that opt in will receive $600 each and a free copy of the game, which is a $70 value. So $675 at the end of the day. A lot of people are arguing that, number one, either $600 is not enough because EA Sports is going to make millions upon millions of dollars on this game, which is true. They will. It's going to sell a lot. There's not been one made in a decade. So college football fans that play this game are very excited about it. But the other argument is that they believe that starters or star players should be paid more than second, third, or fourth string guys. It should be based on your actual NIL evaluation when it comes to the money and things that the players earn. I'm going to be real. I love that it is $600 across the board for everybody. So this is third string defensive tackle Billy Joe, his time to shine. Think about it. He's going to get the same pay as the star starting quarterback on the squad. And the reality, in my opinion, is this. Please tell me if I'm wrong. This is where I felt like the stream was going to get heated because people might be different on their opinions, and that's okay. The star players, I am not trying to pocket watch anybody. I'm not trying to limit anyone's income. These guys work hard. I believe they do deserve to get paid in some sort of capacity, and they do. And this is my argument. The star players already have lucrative NIL deals. Cam Ward is getting roughly $1 million to $1.5 million. This is an opportunity for all of the players to make some money and it be the same. It's even. It's fair. Everybody gets $600. It doesn't matter how many snaps you take, how big of a star you are. Everyone gets $600 because people keep saying, well, it's not fair. This guy gets millions upon millions and this guy's working. And even though he's not starting, he doesn't have any kind of NIL deal. Well, right here, they each get $600 across the board. And really think about it. So the players have to opt into this. They have until April 30th. That's the deadline. If they don't opt in, they're not in the game. They could also decline and not be in the game. I don't see a benefit to not opting in and at least getting you $600 and a free copy of the game. What happens if you don't opt in? You're replaced with something generic. When the majority, I can promise you, I would almost bet 75+% of players will opt into the game because they're just going to think it's cool to be in the video game. You get $600 for your virtual likeness. Virtual. You're not putting in any other extra work. It's a virtual version of you. And you get the game for free. And they're almost all going to be playing it. So you're going to be in the minority here. You're going to be in a very small group that says, you know what? We're opting out because we want more money. Well, you're probably not getting it this year because they're going to replace you with the generic player. And all these other players got $600 and a free video game for just being in a video game. That's it. So I honestly don't see what the big deal is. You also have to remember it's the first time this game has come out in a decade. And with all of these big changes, it's tough to navigate the financial side of this. So 11,000 players, they're saying that there's going to be roughly 11,000 players in the game. 11,000 players at $600 a piece is $6.6 million, plus the free copy of the game, if you want to factor that in, is another $770,000. So $7.5 million. $7.5 million being divvied out. And I expect this to evolve and change over time. It will probably be more, but they need to see where things stand when this first one comes out. And there's also the argument here. See, tell me how they would go through and figure all of this out for each individual player. Because then it gets to a point, in my opinion, to where the game will either go away again or they'll go all generic. Because at that point, I don't think it's necessarily even worth the trouble. I'm serious. And I agree. Look, I agree because people are saying EA is going to make hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars on this. Probably. But how do you realistically sit down and figure all of that out? Honest question. I'm asking for the people who are pushing back because I want to see a different point of view. Because like I said, I'm not trying to pocket watch. I'm not for all these big corporations and companies. If you want me to be real, I don't even like EA. I don't. I really do not like EA overall. So it's not that I'm pushing for EA to make millions more dollars. That's not what I'm doing. But I think 600 across the board provides a baseline for the first year of this coming back in a decade. Every player gets the same amount because, well, you're not getting paid for like on the field performance. This is virtual. This is virtual you. It's using your likeness and your name. I get it, but it's virtual you. And a free copy of the game, and it will evolve and continue to change after that. Next year, it might be 800. Next year, the year after that, it might be 1,000. I don't know. Personally, I think this is fair, and it's getting a ton of pushback, by the way. It's getting a ton of pushback, which is why I'm curious to see how you guys feel about it. Because if you want to argue it should be more, I'm just saying, if you want to argue it should be more, tell me how you figure that out. Because then, I remember when the NIL stuff started, people said, well, dang, this guy on the team is getting $1.5 million and nobody else is even touching that. The next highest guy is getting a deal for $50,000. So then how do you figure that out with the game for a virtual likeness, a virtual image of someone? How do you figure out how you work out the payments? Now, they are going to offer ambassador contracts to select players to basically push and promote the game, probably on their social media, probably make commercial appearances, stuff like that. And those guys will receive extra compensation, but that's trading that for work, for, them pushing it and camera time and all that stuff. So that makes sense. But $600 across the board, people have been saying, man, this isn't fair. Like, these other guys are working. I know they're not starters, but they don't have any kind of NIL deal. They're not getting any money at all. Right here, everybody, like I said, even Billy Joe, third string defensive tackle, is getting $600. So I'm trying to set my video game likeness. What would be the word? I love video games. I love the college football games, but I need to set that to the side and say, okay, Coop, is this realistically fair? Is it? I think it is. I think it is. Remember, Coop, they took the game away rather than pay the students, but that's not exactly what happened. They were willing to pay the players. Back when this originally happened, correct me if I'm wrong, they were willing to pay the players, but it didn't work out because times were different. As far as the NIL stuff wasn't there. I don't remember all of the details, but EA came out and said that they were willing to pay the players in some sort of way. So what do you guys think? Is $600 too little? Is it too much? Do you think that they should figure out a way to be on a player-to-player basis? What do you think about that? I'm curious. I'm not simping for EA. I don't care about EA. I don't. People saying EA is going to make a ton of money isn't super accurate unless there's microtransactions or DLC. Development cost for current gen stuff is very high. It is. It does take a lot to make money off of video games these days. It does. And they will make money. I think that they'll be in the green. But again, where do you find that baseline? People were in the chat saying, okay, well, based off of the 2014 numbers, that's a decade ago. Should it only be higher than that? Maybe, but you don't know. You don't know. You have to be very careful with that. And they're putting out about $6 to $7 million in payments. I don't know what you do other than start with a baseline and go from there. Being in a video game enshrines you digitally forever as well. It's true. It's true. Trying to judge everyone by skill value would be a massive headache for the game studio or publisher. Agreed. Like who sets that? Who says, okay, this player is worth $500,000 to put him in your video game? Who decides that? Who decides it? Because your normal NIL evaluation is based on things like your on-the-field performance. So does that carry over to the video game? Like make that make sense. They're going to make almost $1 billion when this game drops. They are not going to make $1 billion. No. They're going to make some money, but EA will not profit $1 billion off of college football 25. Ain't no way. Profit $1 billion. They'll be loaded up to purchase. They're not going to profit $1 billion. A billion. There's no way. You're going to download it. Hey, I appreciate you, Jay Lee. Coop, you're crazy? Okay. Who thinks, yes or no, that this college football game will profit $1 billion. $1 billion. There's no way. There's no way just this base game coming out. I'm hyped for it. Everybody's hyped for it. It's going to get a ton of attention. There's no freaking way they make $1 billion off of this. No way. It's surreal to see someone I watch talk about stuff I worked on. That's sick. Where was it? So hold on. Let me back up. The NCAA stepped in. Yep. Dang, I missed it, bro. I guess you're talking about, did you work for EA? Yeah, I don't. How much you think it makes? I mean, I don't know, but like, it's not $1 billion. Like, let's see. How much? Let's think of a huge game. What's a huge, massive game that's super popular in today's times? How much did, but it's got to be like a big studio. It's probably tough to find transparency with this stuff. It's probably really tough to find transparency. Okay, what about Madden? No, it's going to be bigger than Madden, though, so people are going to counter-argue that. GTA 5? You think it'll be as big as that? But GTA 5's got all the extra, like, microtransaction stuff, which we don't know. College Football 25 might have that. I don't know. EA Sports is worth $32 billion. They can pay more than $600. Okay, then let me ask you. How much do they pay them then? This is what I'm asking. This is the point. For people who say 600 isn't fair, I agree that over time it could expand and be more. How much is fair then? Like, how do you decide a dollar amount that is more than $600? Where do you draw the line? Where do you put it at? Because if they had came out and said, okay, we're giving each player $1,500, there are people that would say that's not enough. It's EA. They could honestly come out and say 10 grand per player, and there would be people that would say, oh, that's not enough. It's EA. Florida State fans really showing up loud and proud.
This is what it takes to wear the U on the side of your helmet.
When I get the game, I'm going to create a quarterback and name him Co-op. This is for Coop's name, image, and likeness.
Okay. Let me hit you with my stats real quick, Joel, just so that way we make sure that you get everything correct when you make this quarterback, all right? He's going to be, number one, head full of hair, 6'7", squats at least 450, and maximum accuracy. I'm talking just 99 accuracy. That's probably the closest you could get to putting Coop in the game as a quarterback. Joe, 6'7". That part's very important. Very important. Yeah, the doctor one time did say that I had good muscle tone when I went for a checkup. So, Joel, if you need any more details, like stuff that I can't talk about on here with adjusting some sliders or something, let me know, all right? I'll give you the details so we get this quarterback accurate. Thank you for the love, man. We got to run it. I am going to be – so let's steer this in a totally different direction for just a second, but I'm not done talking about this $600. We will be playing this game on this channel. Obviously, it's not going to become a gaming-only channel or anything crazy like that. Don't freak out. But those of you that have been around for a while know that I have been playing NCAA 14 on this channel for, 5-6 years now. When this drops, everything will remain the same as far as we're going to simulate the Miami Hurricanes season, one game at a time every Friday. The Coop Plays version will happen on Saturday, just like it did this previous season with post-game interviews and everything, the whole thing. But I'm also going to play viewers. So I'm going to do extra live streams, probably on like Sundays or Mondays or something like that. And I'm going to play you guys. We can trash talk on Discord or hop on a phone call if you want to while we play, or you can just go silent and just showcase your skills in front of the world. So if you have a PlayStation, Xbox, PC, whatever you're going to play it on, and you want to play me live in front of everybody, let's make it happen. So just be prepared for that. So there's going to be some College Football 25 content on this channel, and I think it's going to be lit. I think it's going to be really fun. Coop, what size shirt are you? I wear a small. I wear a small, Tony. If you DM me, we can work out some details. Definitely, man. You've been around for a while, Tony. I'll help you out, bro. At least 5,000. Okay, so how do you come to that number? How do you come to that magic $5,000 number? Is that just because of how you're looking at like EA Sports, like as a company, and how much money you think they have, or oh, you worked on College 25 as an artist? That's sick. That's sick, bro. QB Coop is all leg day with perfect accuracy. Yeah, it's genetics. It's just in my genes, Nick. I don't have to do a lot of upper body stuff because it's genes. It's just passed down through the family. I'm just super accurate with the cannon for an arm, even though I don't lift that often. COD sales may be the same as EA 25 sales, though. So which Call of Duty are we looking at? Do a poll and let the college players decide what's fair to pay to be on NCAA 25. So I have had the opportunity to throw it out there to several players, but it's been Miami Hurricanes players specifically. And all of them have said $600 is fine with them. That's obviously an extremely small sample size of players. But I would say maybe 10 to 15 have said, yeah, $600 is cool with me. I just want to play the game. So that's where I say that the ones that want to opt out and make a fuss out of it, maybe they do have a bit of an argument. I'm not going to downplay it. Like, you should be compensated. They're using your image, your likeness. I get it. But they are going to be in the minority overall. They are. To play the game against the nerds. Are you going to get it, Duck? Is Coop's head getting bigger? Yeah, I think so. It's a game that will come out and sell every year like hotcakes. Okay, so what was the last Call of Duty? Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Okay. How much money did Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 make? Are they transparent about this stuff? I don't know if they report this stuff. I don't know. Let me check something. Because didn't they say that Madden players don't really make anything? Am I wrong on that? Let me kick back over here. I was thinking that they said they either don't make anything or it's not very much in comparison to like what they get paid to be in the NFL. I don't know, man. I guess, like I said, I do think I'm in the minority with the $600. I don't know, man. I don't know where you draw the line. I don't know where you figure out the correct dollar amount here. But is it comparable? We don't know. See, that's the thing. We don't know. I mean, NFL and professional football is totally different ball game, even if you factor in NIL. And even when we're talking about comparing sales to Call of Duty and other big time games, I still just don't know. I really don't know. I just feel like at the very least, okay, let me ask this. So we don't all agree on $600 as far as the base dollar amount. Do we agree that it should be the same pay across the board, or do you guys think it should be on a player-to-player basis? That's what I want to know. Because, like I said, I'm not against players getting paid well. I still say that $600 for this first year is fine. But do you think it should be a player-to-player basis, or do you think same pay across the board is fine? Because, again, most are going to argue that starters and stars should get paid more. And my counter-argument is that it's a cool opportunity for everyone to get paid the same regardless. Here's what everybody gets. You're all in the game, and the thing is someone can take a roster. You can take that person's virtual image and likeness, and you can make the second or third string guy the starter. That'd be kind of crazy, right? But you can do it if you want.
To wear the U.
You
on the side of
could.
your helmet.
Maybe.
Co-op, $600 seems low but fair at the same time. I believe EA picked a number on the low end with the intent to gauge opt-in.
That's fair. That's actually a pretty solid point. LOL 305 with the 10. I appreciate you. So basically kind of gauging it, right? Get a starting point, a baseline, and then also gauge the opt-in. Yeah, sure. That makes a lot of sense. LOL 305, appreciate the 10. Appreciate you, bro. How you been? It's such a touchy subject because it's money. And it's a big company. Everybody knows EA. And then you're talking players. Then you got NIL. You got, both ways. I still like the idea of, regardless of how much it's going to be, if they're going to pay players $5,000 a pop, I think it has to be $5,000 across the board. I think it's a dangerous thing to get into when the paying players for being in a video game is divided up. I don't know. I just think that would be kind of weird. I don't know that you can do that with a video game in a virtual version of someone. Because like I said, what if Randy plays it, and the entire time Randy plays as the Miami Hurricanes, he subs in Emory Williams because he hates Cam Ward and Ja'Carri Brown. And he says, Reese Poff and who? I don't want that guy. And he plays Emory the entire time. Well, now Emory is the star in Randy's game, not Cam Ward. So you don't know who's going to play. I don't even know if that even matters. I don't know. How much do NFL players make from Madden? I can't find confirmation. Like solid. I wish I knew. I've heard a lot of people say nothing, but then I've heard a lot of other people say it's just undisclosed amount. So this all says, according to the NFL Players Association, NFL players do not receive direct compensation for their inclusion in the game. So they might pay some stuff for like appearances, like maybe the guy that's on the cover, because that takes time and time is money and they got to do a photo shoot and all that stuff. Guys that, again, promote commercials and things, but they're doing this with the college version. That's why they're doing the contracts for the players that actually push it for them. Madden players, as far as I can tell, looking online, it says they do not receive direct compensation. And I've heard that before. I've heard that in the past. Yep. War Room Podcast discusses the topic. I'll have to check that out. Don't treat college any better than NFL players. And see, you're going to have situations where you're going to have freshmen coming in, just like the real NIL stuff works, who've never even taken a snap in college football yet, because the game typically comes out in July. So then where do you value that guy if a team paid him $1 million NIL deal? Is EA then going to have to give him $1 million to be virtually in the game, and he's never even taken a snap in college football yet? Again, it's a very fine line. That's why I say it's a very touchy subject. So I don't know. It's very, very tough to talk about. There's not a right or wrong answer. I don't know. I just, like I said, my personal opinion, I think it evolves and changes. I think it starts at 600, but then probably goes up quite a bit next year. And I 100% believe that they should keep the base pay the same across the board, regardless of where you are on the depth chart. And just do the same thing. Let players opt in or opt out. You don't think it's fair? Opt out. You're not in it. That's the one thing we have to remember. They can literally opt out. They can say, I don't want to be in the game. Don't use my likeness for whatever reason. I don't think the pay's enough. I don't want to be in a video game. They opt out. They're not in the game. So, right? You could take the 600, the free game, be in the game, or say, I don't want to be in it. It's up to you. Same pay across the board. 5 QBs in college make more money through NIL than the QB for the 49ers. True. True. NCAA 14 only sold 1.5 million copies in the 5 years after its release. This will sell more because it's gone for so long. Fair. The college game has always sold substantially less than Madden. And there'll be some extra hype for this one, as we've already discussed. But yeah, that's... Do you think they'll still do cover athletes then for the college game? I think so, probably. Yeah, I think they probably will. They're still doing some interesting things where they're not going to put coaches in there. They've confirmed like some of the voices for the commentators and things that are going to be in it. But it's very exciting. I don't want to spend too much time. I don't want to spend the whole stream talking about the video game. But again, the $600 thing is very heated right now. Very heated. Do we pay the mascots? I don't know, but I do believe that Sebastian deserves a raise, Joel. What do you think? I think he does. But either way, I'm very, very freaking excited for it. And we're going to have a lot of fun with it. And all the Miami players I've talked to are pretty much opting in across the board. And they're fine with it. There might be a guy or two here that gets a little butthurt about it. But like I said, either be in the game or don't be in the game. How did you find out? Just message them. I'm just curious. I was just like, hey, do you think $600 is fair to be in the game? You going to be in it? And they were like, oh, for sure, bro. Like they can't wait. Like they have gaming stations and stuff set up at each of these colleges. So they've got like PlayStations and Xboxes, and they play Madden all the time. Not everybody. Not everybody's a gamer. But a lot of them play Madden because it's cool to take control of their favorite team, their favorite players. Now they have an opportunity to control themselves. See themselves score a touchdown virtually. Think about other kids growing up playing as them. It's not an excuse to not pay them or to not pay them fairly, because then that would be a money grab for EA to feed off of that. But I'm just saying most of them are cool with it. Like I said, not college football anymore. College football is definitely not the same game. It's definitely not. Hey, didn't they confirm mascot mode? I think they did. I don't know for sure, but I think there's going to be a mascot mode, or they're working on it. It's not like there's another college football brand game for them to go to. True. Very true. Melissa. What's up, Melissa? Melissa said she's going to buy a PlayStation, and she's going to run it against Coop in NCAA 25. College football 25. Whatever. Get it right, Coop. So, Hoodie Girl, the co-OC, is going to take on Coach Coop. That's going to be an exciting one. That's going to be a good one. So I did also want to talk about, the baseball game. That's right. What was that? I'm going to show you guys this milkshake. I'm going to be real. I'm a fan of trying some new things. Melissa, maybe you can tell us, though. This looked disgusting. My gosh, where is it? Let me go find it. I know they do some weird, wonky milkshakes at the baseball games, but this looked like a whole new level. Where is it? It's on your Twitter? Oh, well, here, we'll just pull you up. It sounded disgusting. Did Vish try it? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's see what he had to say real quick. They do these crazy milkshakes at the Miami baseball games. And I think this one had something to do with a bagel. Let's see.
The bagel and lox milkshake for LIU.
Let's get a shot of it.
Yeah, so there's a bagel on top of it. I'm about to unbox this brother. All right. Let's see what we got here. Oh, God. All right, so do I just get a bite of the bagel? It isn't everything bagel like it. All right, let's just do this. All right, that was gross.
Okay, you put the bagel on the ground, so that must not have been good. They do these weird milkshakes at the Miami baseball games.
Soggy bagel. Oh, let's dig in here.
It was sitting for a few minutes.
If you want to take a look at this, there are chunks in here of lox. I can see the pink.
What are the lox? I don't know what lox is. Bagel and lox.
Yeah, that's disgusting. So, oh my God.
I could have told you that.
That's worse than the brisket. The salmon, like the bitterness of it, is just, oh my God. Do not get this. I love you, Mark, like shape, but do not get this.
No way that's salmon. You are telling me they put thin cuts of salmon in a milkshake with a bagel. They also had one that they put like barbecue in. Like chunks of barbecue, I'm pretty sure. That's disgusting. Nope, that's not for me. That is not for me. They had one with brisket, lobster, and Cajun spices. Why did they do this? Like, why did it? I guess it's a thing. I've not been to a Miami baseball game. I do plan on going to one at some time. I do plan on attending one sometime, but I'll be skipping the shake. If I get a shake, it's going to be vanilla. And they wonder why people don't show up to games. You're forced to drink salmon milkshakes. Salmon and bagel milkshakes, Alan. Gosh. You got the new hoodie from the Adidas Fog collab? I had mixed feelings on that, Melissa. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I had mixed feelings on that one. It's different, for sure. Looks like Coop septic tank. 2018 payment is $16K to be paid out ASAP. $1K for practice squad guys. 2019 payment said this fall. Interesting. Okay. I love Mario's in-game management. He's such a football genius. Mike Jones would say that. Mike Jones would definitely say that. What's up, Sage? So one other thing I did want to discuss tonight is the coaches, because it does appear, barring some late changes here, the coaching staff is now complete before we head into spring, which kicks off, it's almost time for spring ball, right? Monday, March 4th. So we're only a few weeks away from spring football kicking off. And finally, Miami got everything squared away. So I know everybody's already done videos about this, but I was going to make a list showing the entire coaching staff. And then we were also going to take a second to talk about the guy that replaced Tim Harris and the guy that replaced Jamil Adai. So Matt Merritt is the new running backs coach who replaced Tim Harris. And I was a pretty big fan of Tim Harris, but I do also like Matt Merritt. He's been coaching for 14 years. He comes from USF, and he himself played college football, which is always a bonus. He was also an offensive analyst at Tennessee. I think he might have had a couple of stops at Tennessee, actually. And if I'm not mistaken, Matt Merritt is around 38 years old, I think. 38, 39. And I'm a big fan of that as well, because I kind of like the coaches that are maybe a little bit younger. I wasn't a huge fan of Kevin Steele because I felt like it was a little more difficult for him to connect with the players. And this is more of a long-term hire. Mario's hoping we bring this guy in and he stays for a while. You know, I don't want to do this coaching carousel thing every year. So Matt Merritt replaces running backs coach Tim Harris. And then we finally got our new cornerbacks coach, Chevis Jackson. He's been coaching for around a decade. We picked him up from Marshall, and he actually coached under Guidry when Guidry was at Marshall. So we're assuming that Guidry probably gave some input on this hire, you know, one-on-one with Cristobal, which is nice. You know, you let your defensive coordinator give some input on that, some guys that he's familiar with and believes in and likes to work with. And he played in the NFL. Same thing, if I'm not mistaken. I believe Jackson is around 38 years old. Also someone I think that could communicate great with the players, can kind of put himself in their shoes. So I like this hire as well. We're looking for long-term guys, and that seems to be the approach. Instead of going for names that already carry a ton of weight, that might be a one and done, two and done, get poached, you could possibly even argue at this level, up and coming guys, maybe. So, you know, bring in like some young energy, but guys that are talented and guys that are going to stay. Consistency, stability, something that I really like that it seems like is Mario's approach towards these hires, because I don't want to be doing this every year where we're replacing coordinators and stuff. So, been a Miami fan for years, but my dad has been one since the 80s. Nice, Jenny. What's good? We got Amanda in the building. Eric, it's good to see you guys. This guy looks like he was a running back. I can't remember. I think that Merritt played running back, but I don't remember for sure. Don't quote me on that one. I don't remember what he did play in college a bit, but I don't remember where. So the coaching staff should be finalized. What's up, Steve? The coaching staff should be finalized. Oh, let's see. It'd be head coach Mario Cristobal. I need to see it. I'm a visual guy. Let's type it out here. A list. That's exactly what we need, is a list. It's time for the list. OC and quarterbacks coach would be Shannon Dawson. Another list. Oh, yes. Here we go. Buckle up, Melissa. Running backs coach is now Matt Merritt. I just need to see it. You know, I need to see it in front of me. Wide receiver coach is Kevin Beard. Probably still one of my favorite coaches on the staff. This is a guy that shows up in cleats and runs the routes with the wide receivers, and in some cases runs routes better than the receivers. Super high energy guy. I love it. Tight ends coach, Cody Woodiel. Let's not forget offensive line coach. Everybody knows. Alex Mirabal. Defense, DC and safeties coach is going to be Lance Guidry. What else do we have? Defensive line coach is Jason Taylor. Defensive tackle, Big Joe. Oh, gosh. Spell this right, Coop. Spell this right. Salave. Okay, we're going to hope that I got that right. Let's make it smaller here. What else do we have? Linebackers coach, D. Nick. I think I got it. And cornerbacks coach, jeez Louise, Chevis Jackson. I think that's it. I think the coaching staff, just a couple of weeks before spring practice kicks off, is complete. I think this is it. I dig it. Like I said, I like the approach of hopefully some long-term guys so we don't continue to shuffle. And this is your Miami Hurricanes 2024 coaching staff. unless something crazy happens here right before spring practice starts or, when all the summer workouts and things are going on. Can I pass your quiz? I'm terrible at quizzes, but maybe. Hit me with it. Coop, big question. How many more years do you think Miami will take to win the Natty if they keep going the way they are going? I hate to ride the fence on this, Jenny, but it's just impossible to say. Winning a national championship is so unpredictable. It's tough, right? It's nice that there's expanded playoffs now, so that's going to increase the chances. But would I come out and say national championship this year? Absolutely not. It's awesome to have the addition of Cam Ward. At least we hope so. But we don't know how he's going to look under Dawson and how he's going to look at Miami. And I also just don't believe that we're there yet overall, like with anything. I'm talking across the board. Talent, facilities, coaching. We're not there yet. When I think about the teams that are winning national championships, they've been recruiting at a high level for much longer. Sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes it's not a super experienced coaching staff that's been there for a long period of time, but a lot of times it is, at least the head coach, the head guy. So it would be very tough for me to come out right now and be like, yeah, Miami, Natty, 2024, 2025-ish. I said before, I think that Miami is in a great position to win 9 games this season. I'm not going to predict that yet, but I do think they could and should win 9 games. Will that be enough to get into the ACC championship game? I don't know. But as far as how many years to win a national championship, if they're going at the current rate, I would want Mario Cristobal to bring in a top 10, preferably top 5 recruiting class for probably 5 straight years. And then that gives a lot of those guys time to gain experience, keep some, consistency with the coaching staff, especially offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, as long as they continue to get better and better and we don't go backwards. Then I would say, hopefully within the next 5, and I'm talking about 5 from now. Not like Mario Cristobal year 5. I'm talking about 5 years from 2024. And it'd still be tough to say that. It'd still be very, very, very tough to say that. Bama is a dying program. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting, isn't it? What was your question, Mike? Natty is harder than ever, and in the playoff, you got to be on your A game. See, because the thing is, think about everything that has to go right to win a national championship. Literally, one little small mistake can ruin the entire thing. One loss, one missed extra point, one little small detail that might seem insignificant at the time could cost you a national championship. Injuries. Bingo. Injuries. Ding, ding, ding. It's very tough to win a national championship. When you think of all the teams in college football and the fact that only one single team comes out on top, no matter what, your chances overall are kind of slim. Really. They really are. You're so far behind, it's yesterday. Yo, Robert. What's up, Robert? You missed, I'll be real with you, Robert. You missed the meat of everything. And that's okay. I'm just letting you know. We talked about the coaching staff being finalized. We talked about EA Sports and their payments to the players. We're just going to have to agree to a disagree mostly on that, and that's fine. And then we talked about the NCAA making some changes to recruiting. But we went kind of quick tonight because your boy Coop is tired. My back, bro. I took some ibuprofen before I went live because I knew I was going to be hurting from shoveling today. I knew I was going to be hurting. My quiz was, what should you do when you're winning and have the ball with less than a minute on the clock? Well, you know what, Mike? If I'm playing Florida State and I'm playing college football 25, I'm running it up. However, I know this is a trick question, and you're referencing Mario Cristobal not taking a knee against Georgia Tech. So with that being said, you take the knee, obviously. But in college football 25, I'm running it up on your booty. Watch out for UCF sleeper team. It's been interesting because USF has been very confident in beating Miami this season. So that's going to be a fun game to watch. I agree with pretty much everything there, but I'm almost positive with Miami winning the ACC, FSU isn't a big threat anymore after they lost half their team. Miami's only threats are NC State and Louisville. Now, a lot of people aren't going to like this. Well, yeah, you are. Canes fans are. We talk about how hard it is to win a national championship, but also even just think about how hard it is for everything to go right, to go undefeated. Most of the time, you're going to drop at least one game. It's very tough to go undefeated. I don't think Florida State goes undefeated in 2024. You can sit down just like we do as Miami fans every year and argue why Florida State is going to win each and every game on their schedule, but I do not think that Florida State goes undefeated. Not that was 2023 was the magic year where they were going to go undefeated and go for a natty, and I still think they would have done it with a healthy Jordan Travis. I do. I don't know if they would have won a natty, but I think they could have made it. I actually do. Will they go undefeated again? Back-to-back undefeated seasons, maybe for some teams, isn't a hurdle. But I just don't see Florida State going undefeated again. You're not trolling, but FAMU will be a challenge. I mean, again, it's interesting. Miami has to play how many teams in the state of Florida? 4. They got to play the Gators, FAMU, USF, and Florida State. Am I missing any? It's at least 4. It's at least 4 teams in the state of Florida. That's crazy. I'm dropping 50 on you. Your Kung Fu is no match for my Wu-Tang style. Interesting. Randy giving out all of his secrets. Well, now I know. Now I can practice going up against Wu-Tang. I'll find a counter, Randy. As an FSU fan, me either. We've only ever had 4 undefeated seasons. It would be, I'm going to be real. I don't know if I could ever predict an undefeated season. Like I'm talking about even for Miami. Like as good as I might think Miami might be in the future, whatever they accomplish, coming off of whatever in the previous season. Again, the actual chance, the percentage of going undefeated in college football, it's got to be pretty wild. It has to be super low. There's no way I could predict undefeated. No, it would just be so tough for me to predict something like that. You're not calling for a natty, just the ACC this year? I mean, like I said, they're capable. Would I predict that? Absolutely not. No. I mean, Brom has reloaded more than ever with the transfer portal. He already made a conference championship appearance year 1, which is pretty impressive. I still think that you do have to give Florida State respect. I'm going to dog them and trash them, but until they prove otherwise, they went undefeated in the regular season. I know they've different players, this and that. I understand, but I'm just saying that they could compete. North Carolina, I don't know. They've got some question marks. No Drake May, no Tez Walker. So I don't know. New dynasty mode with Coop as head coach and Hoodie Girl as OC. Who you want for DC? We're going to be interviewing. I do need a defensive coordinator. True, Tattoo Terry. I need a DC. What's going to be tough is deciding if college football 25 doesn't come out until July, which is typical, it's usually like second or third week in July, we start the simulated season in June because I do every regular season game, which is 12 weeks. So it requires us to start in June. So do we start the simulated season in June and still do NCAA 14 with the revamped mod and then transition to college football 25 when it releases? Or do we hold out for college football 25 and do like 2 or 3 streams a week to catch up once it comes out? But then we would have to hammer it. Like, bro, that would be tough. Because I like to do the over-the-top antics, the siren, the Coop plays version. Like, how would we do that? I'd be live every day. It'd be let me give you an example. Miami versus Florida, Monday. Coop plays Miami versus Florida, Tuesday. Who does Miami play in week 2? My goodness, I've already forgot. Wednesday, Miami versus FAMU. Thursday, Coop plays Miami versus FAMU. Friday, Miami versus USF. Saturday, Coop plays USF. And then Sunday would be playing viewers. That would be tough. So I don't really know how we're going to tackle that yet. That's actually something that I need to be figuring out. Because obviously the new game is going to be better than playing on a game that's 10 years old. But I have to plan accordingly because we do the whole season. Whole season. What's up, Briley? Do both, start revamped after spring game, and then do 2025 when it drops. Ooh. Interesting. Because we could make some executive decisions with the depth chart and base it off of spring. Even though that, again, we would have to, make some educated guesses, but that would give us something to work with. So maybe we do something like that. This offseason's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. How do I get to be one of the viewers that gets to play you? How are you going to decide? I think the plan will be, as a perk, Canes fan members would get first priority. But then I think we're going to have more than enough time to play multiple people. So since there won't be a bunch of antics, like when I'm 1v1 somebody in the game, there won't be like sirens and stuff. So we could play probably 4 to 5 games in one stream. So it shouldn't be a problem. Like, I'll give Canes fan members priority as an extra perk, like, because then you can hop on a call, you can showcase your skills to everyone live. And then we go over to people who aren't members, and I think it'll be more than enough time. Everybody will have a shot. Everybody. You want to try to embarrass me? Let's go. Let's go. Will you be playing on Heisman first day of release? Of course. Of course. Come on, we're used to J-Kit sliders. We'll be all right. You'll be at the Florida game? I still don't know what game I'm going to go to. Not sure. Yeah, I think the 2001 Miami Hurricanes team, but I'm going to be biased, is the greatest team. Man, I think that at times you could just put the defense on the field, and I think they could still beat some teams. Like, Miami doesn't even need the ball on offense, even though they were effective. Like, just put the defense on the field, and someone will scoop and score or get a pick six. Like, they'll put points on the board. Just let the other team play offense. Miami just play defense. They'd still win. You and Joel at the Florida State game. So that's going to be 2025. 2025 is going to be the Doak takeover. And Joel is buying 10 of us tickets. And we're all going to go to Doak, and we're going to take it over. We're going to take it over. We're going to invade enemy territory. We're going to have amazing seats. And we're going to take care of business. It is what it is. We're just small talking at this point. I've honestly gave my spiel. How many diss tracks are you doing this year? UF and FSU for a state champion? I actually thought about that, Briley. So right now the plan is to do a Florida Gators diss track and a Florida State diss track. Now the Florida State diss track will assume that Miami is on track by the time that game rolls around. If for some reason this season implodes, I'm not doing it. because that's just embarrassing. I am thinking about doing a Gator Hater 2.0, however. So we're talking the return of the watermelon kiddie pool, socks in the pool, giant inflatable alligator, like Gator Hater 2.0, all in. But we'll see. Obviously, I would put a twist on it. But definitely, we got to diss the Gators, man. Nobody likes the Gators.
This is what it takes.
Can we at least all agree on
To
that?
where you.
None of us
I'm
like the
sorry,
Florida
you're helping.
Gators.
Winner of College Game Day gets one of the 10/20/25 Doak Takeover tickets. Lol.
Joe! I'm telling you, man, these Florida State fans. Joe! Winner of College Game Day gets one of the 10/20/25 Doak Takeover tickets. I feel like this is going to be a whole event, Joel. And it's funny because you are a Florida State fan, and it's called the Doak Takeover. But then this is going to be like some kind of big thing. Like I told Joel, guys, that the plan is to create some content off of the Doak Takeover. So I'm going to ask that people that do want to go are chill and cool about being on camera, because I'm going to film so much of it. Like we are literally going to go on like a recon mission. We are invading Doak Campbell Stadium. I want to see as much of it as I can. I want to expose as much of it as I can. And it's all going to be on video. All on camera. And we're going to have some fun, man. We're going to have some fun. And Joel already said he's cool with it. He said he's fine with it. You fine with being on camera, right, Joel? I think he is. I hope he is. Me and Joel are going to, there's going to be some banter. It is what it is. He loves his team. I love my team. He knows that. He's ready for it. He's prepared. Because Joel, are you going to sit with us? How's that going to work? Are you going to be surrounded? Joel might be braver than I thought. Doo-doo. What's good, man? Better late than never. Of course. Of course, doo-doo. We're just small talking a little bit here. We're just small talking, bro. How you been? It's the weekend. I saw 24/7 Canes in here, too. Where'd he go? 24/7 Canes, I saw you. I can't find your message. It disappeared. But I did see you. You know I'm down. I know my man Doo-doo's down. Ain't no way Doo-doo would let me down. Go on a mission to one of your home games? I did last year and the year before. And I think the year before that. I just don't typically record a whole lot because I like to immerse myself in the moment. Believe it or not, this sounds so backwards. As a YouTuber and someone whose life is mostly online, when I go to events and different things, I'm not a camera person. So I don't take lots of pictures. I don't video a lot. I like to be in the moment. I don't like to live through my camera phone. And I know that sounds backwards. If I want to be good at doing my job, I should be recording as much as possible. But I like to remember the moment. Can you call in? All right, let's talk to Joel for a second about this Doak takeover. Let me call him. Hold on. Do you want to call me right now? How much is an average ticket at Hard Rock? I'm not sure. I mean, it's going to vary from game to game big time. Big time. Big time. With Coop, it will be the first trip for me to Taco Bell in a limo. Fine dining. I will not settle for anything less. We're going to spend that much money. Well, Joel's going to spend that much money on tickets. And you're telling me that we're not going to roll up with some Taco Bell in the limo. Come on. Melissa totally ignored you at the Miami game. All right, let me see. Let me find Joel. I want to ask Joel about it because I told you guys we're getting the community involved. So you guys are going to be able to go to this, like, and we sit together, and and the tickets are paid for, and the Miami versus Florida State tickets are always expensive, always expensive. You got to hit the hay. Jenny, I appreciate you for being here, my friend. Thank you. Is there a Flanagan's in Tally? I don't know. Nah, that's probably too far north, isn't it? For a Flanagan's. Let me know when you're ready, Joel, and I'm gonna call you, and we're gonna talk about this Doak takeover for a second. Like I said, you guys are free to hang out. We're just kind of small talking for a little bit. If you missed all the stuff about EA Sports and the money and the recruiting changes from the NCAA and the coaching staff and all that stuff, you'll have to rewind. That's what we spent the last 2 hours or so talking about. We just small talking, hanging out on a Friday, you know. Get 'em, doo-doo. Sick 'em. Mike Jones. Our really fire spot is in College Town, Madison Social. Oh, he got okay. He admitted defeat there, doo-doo. I respect it. Rambling on with Zach Jones. Thank you for the 2. Georgia Tech versus Miami in the 2025 ACC title. Feeding. How good's Georgia Tech going to be? Will you be honest if I ask you that? All right, I'm calling him, y'all.
Hey, what's up, Coop?
Hey, Joel. Thank goodness. I was concerned that you were going to pick up the phone and start doing that little chant thing, but you didn't.
No, I'm too classy for that, Coop.
Hey, I respect that. So,
and I want to be on y'all's good side. I really need y'all to win that Florida game.
Yeah, I honestly, we both need to be undefeated when we face off. Always.
Yes.
GT versus
and I'm
Miami
bring the
in the 25
Head,
feet
after y'all
ACC
destroy
title
them by
feeding
about 40
Jenna
points,
Radios.
we're going to hold the Gatorhead together and play the song "Why Can't We Be Friends?"
Yes, exactly. Nobody likes the Gators. It's the one thing we all have in common. It's so funny here because, let me tell you, you think that like Florida State fans don't like Florida, Miami fans don't like Florida. I live in East Tennessee, 30 minutes from Neyland Stadium. Tennessee fans, it's a different level, bro. I'm serious. All the restaurants in the area serve Gator Tail, like the week of the game. All the radio stations sell shirts about Tennessee beating Florida. It's wild around here. So nobody likes Florida.
Yeah, I like the people right here that are Miami fans. Most of it's like joking banter with one another, but with Florida, it's genuine hate.
Yeah, yeah. Like I've got, I'm gonna trash talk, but I've got some respect for Florida State. It's there, but Florida, nah.
Well,
nah.
I saw your hat, Coop, and that was very classy. And I don't know, maybe it was a sign. Who knows?
I'm still trying to figure out who put that in my closet. By the way,
I don't know. It looks pretty supernatural to me.
Mm. So,
but as far as the tickets, I know it's hard to explain, but by then I currently sit in what is 120, which is where the band used to be. I wasn't sure as far as the view, but they put in some cool tables there. The video that I sent you kind of shows that table and chairs. There's a suite behind you with some awesome food that's included and everything. So that's why I was saying I thought it was better than Champions Club. It's below it. So there's 4 seats there at your own table that you have. But when I talked to Boosters the other day, like I said, nothing's guaranteed, but what he told me was that I should be able to have first rights to get the additional tickets right at the tunnel so that when they're coming out, you know, they always pause at the camera views there. Should be able to get the other guys right on camera right there at the tunnel where they're coming out.
You guys are hearing this, right? This is going to be an experience like none other. Amazing seats, good food, potential limo ride with Taco Bell. We're still trying to figure all this out. And Miami beating Florida State at Doak Campbell Stadium. Yo.
And if they beat us, remember, I'm going to give you $1,000 cash.
Now I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not gonna hold you to that. You're look, I'm showing a sign of respect here, Joel. You're going through all the trouble of making this happen. We can play pretend with that, but we don't actually have to do that. No money needs to be exchanged. You're going above and beyond. So
To where to you.
Well, all I
sorry,
want
go
to
ahead.
exchange is for you to
We're
take the
gonna have a
Seminole
senior
hat that you
QB,
had there in
senior
your closet.
RB,
Just
junior
autograph it for me
WR1,
and put Go
senior
Noles. I'll take that in the
WR2.
place
Our
of the
defense
5
will
hats
hopefully
and send
improve in
sentimental to you. How about that?
2024. 2025 is gonna determine how good we can be in 2025.
Seems fair to me.
you want me to autograph the Florida State hat?
Autograph. Yeah, the hat that you were. You know, you can see the look in your eyes that you wanted to put it on him, but that's okay. That's neither here nor there. But if you just autograph that hat and write the words "Go Noles" on it, that'll be my end of the bet. If you beat us this year, it's all. If you win, if you win this year, we got to win 5 in a row for me to get that hat from you.
Man, that Go Noles part is what I'm hung up on. Because you
got Cam Ward, man. You got Cam Ward. There's no way we're going to beat you this year. You ought to easily make this bet.
So you're saying Florida State has to win this year as well?
This year and next year. It has to be 5 in a row. And that's why I said the 5 hat, but if it's sentimental to you, I'll just take the Knowles hat because I didn't know. There's no telling what other Florida States stuff you've got there in your closet. But the hat for sure, autograph with maybe an inscription that says "Go to." Again, we'd have to win this year and next year.
That's pretty ballsy on your end. You know?
And if I lose, I can give you $1,000 in $1 bills. We'll count them out right there on the Seminole head in the middle of the field.
All right, be real with me for a second, guys. Are you taking that bet? Joel's a man of his word. I'm a man of my word. So both of us would hold up our end of the bargain. Miami fans, are you taking that deal, yes or no? Let's give them a second. There's going to be a little delay. Let's see. Dang.
This is more fun than a game show.
Like Come on, guys. Let me know. Come on. I know it's tough.
I'm going to try. I can't guarantee it, but I'm going to try to get you on the field. If you want, you're talking about interviewing and having me on camera. If you want to, we can go on the field, hopefully, and do that.
Yeah. Like I said, that'd be sick. I mean.
Yeah, come the day before, and like I said, I can't promise anything, but let me talk to some people and say I don't see that being a problem. If you want to come earlier, if you're ever in Tallahassee, want to come by, I can actually take you to the stadium and show you the seat that I'm talking about. But now I'll be in the news section. If y'all want to, I can sit with y'all, or some of y'all can sit. I'm going to be in the news section. They're redoing the west side. So there's 4 seats there that I'm going to have that are front row, close to about 35-yard line. Now, if any of y'all want to sit over there too, that's fine. But now that's where it's going to be heavy garnet and gold. But the section 120 is right next to the visitor section. So I thought they might prefer to sit there and be closer to one another. But I thought the tunnel thing's pretty cool because they always show the team, and you always see people slapping them on the helmet and touching the jersey. You know, the people sitting right there. They told me I could have those seats for that game.
That is sick. Yeah, that's. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty awesome. And you know what you could do? You could go like back and forth maybe, like come say hi to us at some point. Like see how things are going, talk some trash, then head back to your section. You know, we could make it work.
There you go. And we can all. They'll be serving gator tails, so we'll find some kind of common ground.
You know, maybe now that I'm thinking about it, it wouldn't be so bad because then if I lose the bet, that also gets rid of the Florida State hat. So it's no longer in my closet.
See, I'm always thinking about you, Coop.
And then if I write Go Noles, I'm not going to say it because someone will clip it out of context.
You're breaking up, Coop.
Yeah. I could just deny it and say that's not my handwriting.
There you go.
You know? So I don't know, guys. I think I take the bet.
And I wouldn't even show anybody. Maybe one person that came over to watch the game. I wouldn't even show. I'm just going to put the hat in a glass case, and that would be the end of it. I'm not a YouTuber, so you don't have to worry about me like showing it off to the world. No one will know.
Hold on. Let me say something. You I'm gonna put you on the spot. If you can entertain the chat for just a second, let me get something.
Okay. I can sing the FSU fight song while we're waiting. And yes, Melissa did ignore me. I was right there behind the players looking for her, and she totally ignored me.
You were probably decked out in Florida State stuff, I'm guessing.
Well, they had a miniature logo on a garnet. That's all I had. But your fans were very welcome. Your student section was very polite. They were all telling us we were number one, and we appreciate the love. Seriously, though, Miami was a cool town. There were some amazing restaurants there that we got to eat at. I was very impressed, and I will be going back. It was a good time.
Have you been to Hard Rock?
No, I have not.
Ooh.
And I can't even name the place where we went. It was some fancy Italian place, some of the best food I ever had. I don't even remember the steakhouse the night before. I'd have to look it up. But that was some of the best food I've ever had. It was really cool hanging out for Miami for a while. Like I said, I got to go to the basketball game, and like I said, I've always wanted to go to, an away game as well. It's never, a work schedule wouldn't let me do it.
Yeah, so maybe, like, I mean, again, the trash talking stuff is fun, but I'm just saying, from like college football fan to college football fan, friend to friend, maybe eventually I can find a way to return the favor, and we can give you like the epic Hard Rock experience and meet up in South Florida and do something for the Miami Florida State game. I can't make it to that game this year because of some other things I have going on that's going to be going on at the time, but we can make something like that happen at some point.
Yeah, I can't either. The only thing I do have courtside to the Florida State Miami basketball game if you want to go to that, but I won't be able to go to the football game this year. It's away.
Okay. All right. Let me say this. How much longer do I have to make a decision on this bet? I wanted to make sure I still had the hat because I really thought about throwing it away last time. But if we're going to make some kind of bet, I'll hang on to it for you and only for you.
You were really going to throw it away? That kind of hurts, dude.
I mean, what else would I do with it?
I don't know. I've got all this stuff piled up here. I got some cool stuff here. All this Miami stuff's been coming in. Everything's I've converted. And you were going to throw the hat away. That hurts.
I really think you should at least try on some orange and green and see how it feels.
Well, I wear FAMU up there in Tallahassee. It actually looks cool when you wear Rattler gear. I got the old school clock here. One of the things that I got you was pretty cool. I heard I had to get the old logo because he has the M on his shirt, and that makes sense for Miami. So I didn't quite get the U thing, but I did get the old logo while I still could get it before it's too late.
Yeah, I mean that eventually that's going to be vintage. You're not going to be able to get him with the M on it, so that's kind of cool with the fist up in the sleeve instead of out.
Yeah, and you weren't lying about the 5 hat. Those are now apparently a hot commodity. You can't get those anywhere.
Yep.
I was going to buy one for a friend, and you weren't kidding. I can't find any.
I've spoken with many people and tried to pull some strings. Nope, can't get it. So, I think we do the bet. Like.
See, now we're talking. Now it's fun.
Can I commit now? We're talking on the phone, like.
I'm a man. I'm hurt that some of your viewers said they didn't believe me. That hurts, Coop.
No, guys,
I'm a man of my word.
I will say Joel is a man. I believe that he would pay up his bet, and you guys know that I pay up my bets. If I will step up in front of the camera in a Clemson cheerleader's outfit, if I will strip down in 30-degree weather down to my underwear and howl at the moon because we lost to NC State, I'll hold up my end of the deal. You best believe it. So with that being said, Joel, virtual handshake, it's a bet.
Absolutely. 1,000 big ones, and we have to beat you this year. And I'm talking about regular season. Now, I don't know. I get fishy if you start with ACC championship and
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking about regular season. If they win the regular season game this year, and we have to win the regular season next year. If they don't, you can turn on the camera and you can make a complete mockery out of me as I count the money out to you.
I'm in.
And y'all can all do the U thing in my face. I don't know why you wouldn't make it M, but that's between you guys. You can make a U, whatever letter that you think Miami starts with.
I'm in. Deal. Bet. Yep.
And I'll hook you up. Y'all come to Tallahassee. Like I said, we'll get a little MO. Well, you got to beat Florida. Now, that's part of the deal. You have to win that game.
That's fine. That's fine.
I have a lot riding on that game. Surely y'all can beat Billy Napier.
If we don't, some expectations definitely change right out of the gate, for sure. For sure. Oh, man. I'll be honest, I'm not mentally prepared for the rioting that will take place on social media and the reaction video on my channel if that happens. I'll never hear the end of it. There are a lot of Florida fans that watch this channel too, and a lot more that are going to come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, I mean, it is scary. Like, people can say what they want. If you don't think it's a scary comment, when they start talking about what quarterback's going to go to what team, I told someone the issue with Cam Ward, they start fussing about like when he turnovers and issues he had. That's with the O-line too that he had, and way less talent. I said, if you block for him, there's no telling what you can do. And so it is intimidating because he's going to a school that's got to give him the best O-line, and a lot of the mistakes that people talk about was when he's on the run. He don't have to be scrambling for his life, at Miami. It was a perfect fit, whether people want to admit it or not.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's more so not like a tendency or like a characteristic of his. It's more so a result of, as you said, having to scramble more, play hero ball a bit, and it just kind of comes with the territory with that. So hoping the Great Wall of Maryville, O-line's looking solid, has plenty of protection, but then instead he's using his legs on designed plays. There's always going to be times where it breaks down and he's got to run, but not in the way that he did at Washington State.
Yeah, because it's like you said, they designed it that way. But it is. It's a scary fit for him to have that kind of O-line because, he's always coming behind in those other games. He's down by 3 touchdowns. I mean, if you got to, because when people start talking about his turnovers, you got to look at the situation he's in when he did it. I mean, granted, I don't want to talk good about anyone on a rivalry team, but, to be honest, anyone's crazy if they don't think he's going to do so much better when he's got people blocking for him.
Yeah, I agree. As far as how much better, time will tell. But I mean, it seems like a pretty good scenario for him and the team for sure.
Yeah. I'm
So,
looking forward to coming to Tally.
Guys, the bet has been officially placed. This is a video receipt. There is now evidence, so I can't run. Joel can't run. It's a done deal. And then we'll figure out the details on how we're doing the tickets and who's going. We'll figure that stuff out later, but we'll make it happen.
Can you feel it, Coop? There's more excitement in the air than Christmas Day.
Yeah, I'm pumped, man. I told you, I'm pumped, man.
It'll be a lot of fun.
I just need to go into hibernation. Let's, wake up. It's football season again. Heck yeah. All right. Well, Joel.
All right, man. Appreciate everything you do.
Yep. I appreciate you chatting with me for a minute. Thank you for all the love, as always. And see, you have to admit, last thing, the response overall from Miami fans to you is pretty good. They don't dislike you.
Oh, it is. I mean, there's always idiots in every fan base, and what people do, they take those idiots that they bumped into at a game that was nasty to them, and they label the whole fan base that way. That's like anything in life. They let a few bad apples in their mind represent the whole university. You can't judge us on every nut job you run into at a game that's drunk.
Oh yeah, I make tons of jokes, and again, we welcome trash talk, like we love it. But at the end of the day, would I actually be pissed at Joel if Florida State beats Miami? No, that's stupid. He's just a fan of a team that we just played. I'm not going to dislike him as a person, like actually. All joking aside for a second. I wouldn't actually be upset at Joel. I'm that guy. I told you that. I know you know this, Joel. all these people that get in fights and stuff at the games, that's the stupidest thing ever. I spent the money on the tickets. I'm wanting to enjoy myself and it be an experience. And then they're getting kicked out in the first quarter because they're throwing hands with an opposing team's fan because he said, your team sucks. Huh?
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the whole thing. It's kind of like the whole Heath Ledger Joker Batman scene where he says, I don't want to kill you, you complete me.
Yeah.
That's what makes it fun. I need a rivalry team. That's what it's all about. So
Exactly.
It's sad when you see stuff like that, but it's, there's idiots on every side. When I went to the Syracuse game in Syracuse, there's a guy just dogging Syracuse because we're beating them by 30. That got on my nerves more than it did the Syracuse fans. The guy, the game's over and he's being an idiot. But that's part of it. But
yeah, the trash talk is fun.
I enjoy the banter. The only time I've ever actually been angry with you is when you do that scene where you're falling off that fake horse. That kind of hurts too.
Yeah, that rubs some people the wrong way. Yeah.
Would you please let us forget that, Coop? Would you do that for us?
I can't make any promises, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. One of my best memories at a Florida State game was the one in 2018. Was 2018 Miami versus Florida State when it was N'Kosi Perry, and we were down at half by like 3 touchdowns, and Miami came back and won? I think that was 2018. But I had a Florida State fan who sat behind me, and he flipped me off every time he saw me turn my camera on. He would flip off the camera, and he was running his mouth all game. And by the fourth quarter, once Miami took the lead, he disappeared. He left the stadium, and that was a great day. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I had a guy at the LSU game when we went to New Orleans. He kept, when they got the fumble at the 1-yard line and was driving down, he kept screaming in my face, do I believe in miracles? And when we blocked the kick, I made sure I yelled back, yes, I believe in miracles.
Yep. Oh, man. All right, well, Joel, I appreciate it. I'm going to let you get up out of here. And like I said, you're all right for a Florida State fan, man. You are.
Yeah, like I said, the Miami people were outside the student section. It really was cool going to Miami there. Like I said, hey, I missed Hoodie Girl, whatever her name is. I get confused who's who, but I guess she was there that night. Somehow I missed her, but I'm assuming she's one of the 10 coming, so maybe I can finally meet her then. Oh,
yeah, we'll make it happen for sure.
All right, man. Y'all be good.
All right, Joe. Have a good night.
All right, bye.
All right, see you. See, I wanted to get Joel on the phone because I wanted you guys to see, like, for real. Like, he's a good dude. Like, seriously. People are going to be like, oh, Coop, yeah, he did. No, it's not about the money. Like, I talked to Joel off stream, and Joel is seriously, like, he's a good, genuine guy. Unfortunately, he roots for the wrong team, Florida State, but he's still a good dude. Well, I wish he was a Miami fan, but. Yeah, we spent, I would say, probably the first half hour of the stream talking about the new NCAA rules, Greg. And I think my response on it actually might surprise you a bit. I think. Zach, hold on. I missed one, bro. My bad. Rambling on with Zach Jones with another 5. What do we got? We're going to have a senior quarterback, senior running back, junior wide receiver 1, senior wide receiver 2. Our defense will hopefully improve in 2024. 2025 is going to determine how good we can be. 2024 is going to determine how good we can be in 2025. What's tough for me when talking about anything like future with teams, like if we talk 2025 and beyond, it's so tough because of, honestly, the transfer portal. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, hey, we're going to have this guy. He's going to be a super senior. And based on the production he's put out so far, then he may not even be at Miami. You know? Like, it's so tough in today's times. It's so tough. But maybe Georgia Tech's trending up. Maybe. Coop, who is the special teams coach, as far as I know, we don't have any one dedicated special teams coach. I believe that role is shared amongst the coaching staff, and I think primarily they have like 2 or 3 analysts labeled as special teams coaches. So they'll be analyst / special teams coach. But I'll be 100% real with you, I don't know their names. I'm sure there's input from some other coaches on the staff. But as far as holding that title, there's not one specific person that is solely that. And it's not a shared title amongst any of the main, like, you know, running backs coach, wide receiver coach, anybody on defense. It's going to be analyst / special teams coach. You can't predict anything beyond a year anymore. Yep. It's impossible. It's impossible. Are you coming down for Duke? I'm not sure yet. I'm still just not locked in anything solid yet, Melissa. Cajun Kane, what's up? I know you're gonna go to the Hokies game. I don't know. I still just don't know what my 2024 game's gonna be. But we'll figure it out. Joel and Coop, worst away game experience that happened close or directly to you. Worst away game experience. I mean, if you want me to be honest, I've not had a bad away game experience. When I went to Miami versus Duke one year, the Duke fans were all welcoming. When I went to North Carolina, the North Carolina fans were welcoming. I would say the one that I guess I could say worst wouldn't be for – it wasn't worse, but the Duke Stadium was like unimpressive. The Duke Stadium is the one where the players have to walk from really far away, right? At least the away team. Or is that North Carolina? I think it's Duke. I'm getting them confused because this was a long time ago when I went to this game.
This is what it take to wear the
I'm trying to remember. I think it's Duke where they have the away team has to walk from really far away. And the stadium was unimpressive overall. It was pretty small. And it was just whatever, but it was the fans were good. North Carolina fans were welcoming. I've not had a bad away game experience. And Miami won the 2 games, right? I can say a bad home game experience was the Miami-Florida State game where Miami got curb stomped and, you know, I had to sit there and watch it. No, never mind. I have a game. Never mind. Scratch everything I just said. It would be considered, I guess, neutral site since it's not home for either team. 2017 ACC Championship game, Miami versus Clemson, Bank of America Stadium. Horrible experience. We got embarrassed. It was freezing cold outside. Clemson fans literally lined up to throw the U upside down in my face. Terrible experience. I don't know if you count that or not, but that's the worst game I've ever been to. Yep, and it reminded me because Melissa put that in there. Drunken Clemson fan 2 rows ahead of me that was a dumbass. Yeah, those Clemson fans were rowdy in 2017. They were. Whatever game you decide to come down to, let me know so we can link up again. Yeah, we'll make it happen, doo-doo. We'll make it happen. I went to Duke when they had the track around the field. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. But the ACC Championship game, yeah. Never been to a West Virginia game. Low life heathens? Really? Not the Mountaineers. The swamp is super crap. I'd still like to experience it just once. Yours happened at Virginia. Rambling on with Zach Jones. Thank you for the 2, my man. Probably no more call-ins. I actually wasn't going to take call-ins at all, but Joel wanted to provide some details, you know, on the seating situation for the Doak Takeover in 2025, plus talk about the bet. The reason why I won't is because I'm probably going to wrap this stream up, just to be honest, in the next, 5 minutes. I'm probably going to wrap it up because I'm just dead tired. I've been shoveling all day, digging trenches, and I got to wake up at 7 in the morning tomorrow and do it all day tomorrow again. But I appreciate the love, man. We need to get you on here. And we'll do it. They call it swamp for a reason. I just one time. You were 3 people away from a UVA fan that I hope was drunk who dropped his pants and started pissing in the stadium on his own fans. Are you being for real? Is that real? He had to be drunk. He had to be drunk if he's doing that. Worst for me was the last time we played the Gators in the Swamp. The Swamp makes the old Orange Bowl a palace. Really? My seat was an area between 2 lines on an aluminum bench. I'll tell you, it is nice at Hard Rock how they've got like the individual seats and stuff, because it's been way back, like 2012-ish maybe. I went to a Tennessee Volunteers game. I was rocking Miami gear, but I just wanted to experience Neyland Stadium. And it's all just concrete. It's like going to a high school game. Like, Neyland Stadium's crazy. It's so freaking loud. 110,000 plus every Saturday, but it's uncomfortable. Super uncomfortable. I know it's not all like that, but I know in the upper part it was just concrete. It was the same as what I played for William Blunt, the Governors, and our stadium was just a bunch of rows of concrete. Super uncomfortable. What's up, Tim? Hey, I appreciate you, man. West Virginia used to ban alcohol but let everyone leave and come back in. So at halftime, literally everyone would go out and get drunk at the same time. Okay? Do not go to a West Virginia game. All right. At the UNC game this year, some girl took a dump in the middle of the women's restroom, and they only have bathrooms in the corners of the stadium, plus no cup holders at the seats. Yeah, the Hard Rock kind of spoiled me with that. It did. I know there's all the attendance jokes, and you don't have your own stadium, ha ha ha. But like I said, I told you guys, I don't care about the stadium jokes. Like, people always think it's going to get under my skin. They jump in my streams and they're like, "Oh, you ain't got a stadium." I don't care. I don't care. I really don't. I do not. When we're talking about having our own stadium, did I cover the John Ruiz stuff? Of course. It was a hot topic. Do I think it'll ever happen? I think it would be very slim. But even if it did, it would be way years from now. When you talk about attendance, I don't think that Miami will ever consistently fill the stadium. Why did I say that so southern? Feel. I don't think they'll ever consistently fill a stadium, even when they're winning. Keyword consistently. That's the problem. People always say, Coop, if we were winning conference championships and playing for natties, Hard Rock would be full every Saturday. I don't believe that. And I don't mean it in a negative way. I mean it as in, when people make the stadium jokes, I don't care. It just rolls off my back. I could care less. Would it be cool if more people go to the games? Yeah, of course. It's a good look all around. For the program, it's a good look on the fans. The players like it. But I just know that it will never consistently be full. If you're telling me that just because Miami won a national championship the year before, that game 2 the year after, if it's Bethune-Cookman at noon, if you think Hard Rock Stadium would be full, I think you're wrong. And that's what's crazy and why I say it was so wild when Neyland Stadium is 110,000 plus every Saturday. And I'm not going to talk about what there is to do and what not to do. My whole argument is just that I don't care about the attendance jokes. I don't care about the stadium jokes. I just want Miami to win football games. That's it. Are you closer to Johnson City or Knoxville? Probably Knoxville. I'm terrible with directions, though. NFL Stadium is a flex, honestly. Well, even if they don't see it as a flex, or let's say they do see it as a flex, they're going to make an attendance joke, and it's fair. Miami doesn't show out for every game. It just is what it is. People will show if games are being won, and there would be more. There would obviously, there would be an increase in attendance at games. But I'm telling you, a noon game, 102 degrees, Bethune-Cookman. I don't care what the previous season's record was, the year before that, back-to-back national championships, going into that game 1-0. There's just some games that are not going to sell out in South Florida at Hard Rock Stadium for the Miami Hurricanes. It just won't. It just won't. Do you go to any Tennessee games? I haven't in a long time. It's been a long time. 80% full, now that's level-headed. I think that's level-headed, but even at 80% full, there would still be stadium jokes. We know that. If it's not packed to the brim, if they're not talking about how it's sold out, there's going to be stadium jokes. Miami's winning conference championships, and they can only fill 80% of that stadium. Ridiculous. It'll always be something. So, again, I don't care. I don't care. Win the games. If you can go to the game, please go to it. But just win. Just win the games. No more Thursday games. No weekday games. Please. My man is wearing your T-shirt in the upcoming Patty Mayo show this week. Say what? What's a Patty Mayo show? Yep. Exactly, Melissa. And I don't know. I don't understand. I didn't even go to the Orange Bowl. I never got to experience it, and I remember that. So where is all this coming from? I know I'm beating a dead horse, but I've never understood. I think it's because so many fans use it because they know it's going to get people riled up, and Miami fans always take the bait with the stadium stuff. So since the fans always take the bait, that's always the go-to. It's the obvious, quick, easy thing to do to trigger a Miami fan. Say you don't have your own stadium or attendance is low. Yeah, like I said, if you want, Miami versus Florida State 2018, lit. Insane. But you want to follow that up with, I always throw Bethune-Cookman out there, but I'm just saying, it is what it is. Look it up. It's going to be a banger. I'm going to have to Google that because I have no idea what it is. If he's wearing my T-shirt to this show, whatever this Patty Mayo show is, you need to tag me on Twitter. Let me link my Twitter just in case you don't have it. Here. I need to see something later. Here, I'll link it. There it is. I need to see this. All right, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up, y'all. Tonight was fun. I'm gonna be laughing. Good. I need a good laugh. After this week. Like I said, your boy Coop is tired. I got to be up at the butt crack of dawn tomorrow, and let me tell you, I am not a morning person. My schedule, I don't know about you guys. I typically go to bed around 4 or 5 a.m. and get up around 12 or 1. That's my what my degenerate schedule looks like. However, you mean noon? No, Cypher. No, unfortunately not. I have to dig trenches tomorrow for new septic lines. So I'm going to be up at like 7. And that's scary. I went off of 3 hours of sleep today, maybe 4. You could maybe argue 4. And I am tired. Oh, I'm tired. So I'm going to wrap it up tonight. 2 hours. We got to talk about what we wanted to talk about. And just so you know, everybody already knows this, but just so you know, I appreciate the different takes. I'm not like some channels that ban people for not agreeing with me or a negative take, or I'm talking about something negative and you have a positive take. Most of us didn't agree on the $600 EA Sports thing. That's fine. Everybody has their own opinion, and I love that. And I love providing a counter argument to your argument, and then you providing a counter argument to my counter argument. Like, I love that. I love these conversations. They're fun. You need cafecito. I do. I'm just not a huge coffee drinker. But I do. We're still at it, Tropical, but we're wrapping up. We're wrapping up. R. Wilmer, I appreciate the love, bro. Did you get your Miami Hey Dudes? I forgot. Oh, my. Oh, my gosh. Tell me they still have them, doo-doo. I forgot. Oh. Okay. Woo. They still got them. Okay. We're good. We're good, doo-doo. Are you guys going to order these? Wait till after I order mine so they don't sell out. If you wear a size 10, don't order it till tomorrow. Yo, I think these are fire. I'm serious. People said, Coop, you hated on those new Alpha Boost Adidas or whatever they're called. And I was like, yeah, like I'm not going to wear these out to town. These aren't my wear to town. No. Look, I don't wear Hey Dudes out in town. I wear them right now. That is the literal shoe that I have on, just not Miami colorway, because they just became available. This is what I wear when I'm streaming because it's a slip-on. It's super comfortable. Hey Dudes is what I wear, but only when streaming. These are my stream shoes. So, of course, I got to get the Miami Hurricanes edition. That way we're decked out on stream. Come on. $75. There's Florida State fans in it. Alabama, sorry. Almost threw up. Do they have Florida State? They don't? They don't have Florida State. If you wear a 10, don't get it yet. Bro Greg. Don't order till tomorrow if you wear 10. Because I need one. Miami will skull drag Florida all over the field. I like the way you think, Joel. I do. They're very comfortable shoes. It's not an ad or anything for Hey Dudes. They're very comfortable shoes. So anyways, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for all the love tonight. Again, my plan is to always go live no matter what every Friday or Saturday. Typically Fridays, but every Friday or Saturday, even if I have no topic. If I have no topic, we'll go live and I'll call the stream Talking Miami Hurricanes, and then you guys can bring up topics and we'll discuss them. I want to keep the consistency with the live streams. I know I didn't post a video this week. I didn't post a video this week on the channel, did I? That's my bad. This week got crazy because I've dumped so much money into redoing the plumbing in this house. Over the last year, I'm probably $5,000 to $7,000 deep into plumbing in this house. And I just dropped another $1,500 yesterday. And I don't say that for sympathy. Everybody has things you got to pay for your house, your car, whatever it is. But I was super stressed this week because I was trying to figure out how to do this on my own without paying someone. So we've kind of got a game plan together, but it ain't easy. It ain't easy. So I've been super stressed. That's why there were no videos this week. But there also wasn't a lot going on. Let's be real. But we're only a couple weeks away from spring practice. So things are about to ramp up.
Your helmet.
Wait here.
Wait. Wait. Should I stay? Wait, what do you mean? Drop a gal. Thank you for the 5. I appreciate you. Does Tropical mean wait? Like don't leave? Copper or Plex? So what we're doing, Wilmer, is the drain field or field lines. So those are going to be PVC. and it's got like the holes in it. You know, you have your certain depth. You got to dig the trenches, and you lay the gravel. Then you put the paper or whatever. Then you do the piping. Then you do more paper. It's the field lines and stuff. So we have a problem with rainwater seeping into the field lines because the ones that are out there have been they were put in 40 years ago, 36 or 40 years ago. And it's just the whole system's failing. So we're having to redo it. Oh, wait until you get the dono. Oh, gotcha. I need to go to bed. Choppa Gal, thank you for the 5. I appreciate that. Joel with the top single dono of the night. My man hit the triple 99.99. Joel does not play, and we locked in the bet tonight. Rambling on with Zach Jones also showed me some love. I appreciate that, my man. LOL 305. William McMillan, also a Florida State fan, showing some love. And John Bird kicking it off at the beginning. I appreciate the love, man. I appreciate you guys. As I said, closing thoughts, I've got tons of stuff in the pipeline. I know that I've not been posting as much as probably a lot of the other content creators, but you know we're always working behind the scenes. Plenty of things planned. Don't you worry about that. Distribution box, hard. Yes, we're doing most of it by hand, and it's miserable. And it rained yesterday. I got a lot of fun stuff planned. You guys aren't going to want to miss it. I have some. I wish I could give you a hint at even just 10% of the things I have planned coming up. But for now, it is what it is. It is what it is. Hey, you guys know what to do. Miami fan, Florida State fan, Florida Gator fan, Alabama fan, Georgia fan, TCU fan, Tennessee fan. It doesn't matter. Everyone can do it. Give me a big, all caps, big and fat. Go Canes. I'll see y'all soon. Love y'all.